Hey guys, we're going to the first match of a Shadows over Innistrad draft. I would like to play first. And I think this is a good hand. I mean, we can get Delirium easily. We don't have any of our Delirium payoffs, but we can get Delirium easily. We have removal. We got some dudes. That's about all you can ask for. And we have a curve out of Vessel, which doesn't really count because it's not a creature, but, you know, we're going to do something every turn. Rats, Crow. We could also crack our Vessel. It'll depend what our opponent does. That's definitely true. Sanitarium Skeleton. Not something we really want to be dead weighting. And it's good against Rancid Rats too, actually. It's a good sideboard tech against Rancid Rats. So maybe we just want to crack our Vessel here. I mean, I think I still play the Rats for now. Yeah, I'll play the Rats. So we have 4 card types in our hand already, so that's good. I wonder if our opponent's also the black-green deck. Sanitarium Skeleton's pretty alright in it. Getting your dude back who's in your graveyard. It's nice. Stupid skeleton being able to block my rats. Pale Rider. Alright, well, that's not going to die to dead weight. Yeah, we saw those. I think there was something I just felt like I had to take over it, though. Luckily, I mean, we can just block it with our rats. So I think I'd probably just play Crow here and pass. And then I'm willing to trade rat for that. I mean, it ends up being a 2-for-1, basically, because you had to discard a swamp. So let's see what we hit with our Crow here. Probably going to hit Kindly Stranger and Ever After. I can see that happening. Lambholt, Pacifist, and Swamp. So we're halfway there. This will be 3 once we crack it. So, yeah. I think I just block Pale Rider like I was saying. I think that's the ideal thing here. Alright, well, maybe we'll just get Delirium right away. Our bird has been dead weighted. Nope, we missed. We hit land, Accursed Witch. I think we just trade. I'm still willing to make that trade. We definitely need to hit a land to be able to play our Geese's Bidding, but our opponent has 3 card types in his graveyard. Is he mono black, though? I'm not really sure. Ooh, Asylum Visitor. There's a good dead weight target, at least. If nothing else. Yeah, I mean, I think if I draw a land, I go dead weight. I mean, even if I don't draw a land, I can do that. So, all right. So I think we go, like I said, we go dead weight. We need a sorcery in our graveyard is what we need. We're going to dead weight that. And once we have one, we can play this, and at the end of our turn, it becomes a big beater. So we might just want to like take a land because then we can Geese's Bidding, get Delirium, have 2 zombies, and then play a scary creature, given the board state especially. Like a Sanitarium Skeleton doesn't stand up very well to a 4/4 trample hexproof. Alright, we'll just end our turn there. We'll crack the Vessel later. This way we can sort of pretend like we're going to do something. So if our opponent's mono black, that's pretty crazy because we got past 3 of those. So I can't imagine that he is actually mono black. Maybe he just undervalues Geese's Bidding. I don't know. Maybe I overvalue it. It's possible. So what do we have? I mean, if it hits a sorcery, the sorcery goes in my graveyard. I don't have a choice. It can only hit permanents. So if it hits a sorcery, I just automatically get Delirium. Did not hit a sorcery. Yeah, I think we take the land and play Geese's Bidding. Then we have Delirium. I guess we take a forest, though. Yeah. All right. See you later, other cards. Hey, there's Crawling Sensation. But I think we just play our bidding here, get to Delirium, and have stuff that can easily block a Sanitarium Skeleton all at once. Right, Delirium. So have we thrown any cards in our graveyard that have Delirium? We actually haven't, which is nice. It's sad when it happens the other way. Okay, behind the scenes. Well, now he can just freaking swing with that thing forever. But he also then can't block, so yeah. Okay, so I think we swing with both our zombies. All right. I mean, I'm fine with it's a big tempo hit if he has to get that back every turn, you know. So now I think we play Autumnal Gloom. I'm leaving black up, but there's no reason for me to mill anymore because I have Delirium. I mean, Crawling Sensation gives me a reason if it were in play, but yeah. So we're just going to end our turn, get a 4/4 trample hexproof. So, Ancient of the Equinox. Our opponent seems mono black, but behind the scenes might mean he's white as well. It is unclear. We have a way to deal with the threat, at least if the threat attacks us. If that's what you got, then you're in trouble. Because these... Ooh, that's not good for him. Trample, so gets in for 2 no matter what. I mean, it's not worth using the Concoction. I'll probably play it in my Revenant this turn. Maybe I should just play Crawling Sensation, I guess. But I don't think so. I mean, now that I have Delirium, and without Epitaph Golem, getting a few insects at this point in the game doesn't seem as good as playing another creature who he has to block, you know. Wow, he's just taking it. That hurts. Glad I didn't play my Concoction there just to get in for more damage because our opponent just took it anyway. So yeah, playing Concoction later could give us a sweet, like, 2-for-1 with Murderous Compulsion. But yeah, I'll play my Revenant now. And in my turn... Turn 3 Crawling Sensation is pretty nice, especially if you have Vessels and Crows, because then you just end up with tons of insects. But we just, like, overpowered our opponent there with our Ancient of the Equinox, which was nice. Our opponent seems mono black, or he got really badly mana screwed in that game. Clip Wings does not seem like the place for Clip Wings. Groundskeeper is sort of worth thinking about putting in our deck, like, in general. I didn't give it as much thought as I probably should have. I mean, getting a land back can be quite nice. But I don't think we change anything. I didn't see whether or not I want Throttle more. Like, if there are multiple targets I need to be able to kill that have 4 toughness, like, I might bring it in. And we also don't know about Vessel, although exiling that skeleton does seem relevant. But it's a 1-drop, so it's probably not going to happen. Yeah, I think we just run with it. Well, we got another very good hand. This one's, I think, better than the other one was. We have turn 2 Duskwatch Recruit. We have removal. We have Kindly Stranger, who won't be that hard to get Delirium for. We already have 3 card types in our hand, and then if Vessel hits a sorcery, I mean, this will go in the graveyard easily. The Vessel will, obviously. But, I mean, we'd probably play Vessel, then Duskwatch, and just try to win. If we can just win without having to do any of the Vessel stuff, we'll try. I mean, chances are we're going to want to crack our Vessel eventually, though, especially so we can kill something with Kindly Stranger. All right. We'll play our Vessel here. I I mean, the chances that our Duskwatch Recruiter just gets dead weighted are pretty high, I think, but I think that's still what we go for here, because if it doesn't die, we just take over. That's just what he does. I mean, we can actually, on our turn, just crack our vessel and then transform him, if that's what we want to do. Do we have dead weight coming down? I mean, the silver lining is we get 1 card for Delirium. Okay, 2 Collector. That's a dead weight target for us. For sure. That can kill several creatures in our deck once he gets Delirium, so... Now we probably play dead weight and crack our vessel. In some order. And then swing. I think that's better than just playing like Kindly Stranger. We probably want to kill the Tooth Collector now. So, that's my plan. I guess there might be a situation in some games where you dead weight your own Accursed Witch to do the last point of damage. Well, vessel number 2. Do I crack my vessel first? Probably. I guess it gives me more information in a way. Okay, well, a sorcery goes in, we get a land, and then another land goes in, so all we need is a creature, which is one of the easier things to get in there. I'll take a swamp. Send all of this packing. Alright, and then we're going to go dead weight on Tooth Collector. So we're kind of like, we can play our other vessel to get Delirium, but if he plays a removal spell here, us getting to Delirium is pretty nice. So, I mean, it's not the worst removal spell ever. I mean, keeping Duskwatch in play is, of course, ideal, but... Alright, well, he can start doing that annoying stuff. That's... Call the Bloodline is, in fact, annoying. Do I play my Witch? I think we swing with Duskwatch, see what happens. I mean, if he can only make 1 vampire at this point, so if he just wants to chump block and discard a card for that, I'm all for it. We have 2 witches in our deck. They're both pretty sweet. Well, it has like a 1 black madness. I can't really think of anything. Yeah, I think we just keep the pressure on here and we play our Accursed Witch, who applies pressure whether she's alive or dead. Now we have 6 damage. If he kills this, we actually don't get Delirium, which I mentioned in the draft, that it's kind of a non-bow. Like once it's in play, it's not something that contributes to Delirium at all. See, now he can discard like multiple cards to take down stuff, although it's going to be harder now that this transformed. I think we just swing with both of them. If he wants to like discard 3 cards to take down my Howler, although he'll keep all his knights at least. Maybe I only want to swing with my Accursed Witch. I mean, Murderous Compulsion is also a possibility. Let's do it. I mean, it leaves him with very few cards in his hand, even if he gets to triple block and stuff. The Vampire, it's worth noting, does have lifelink, so that's a joy. Looks like he's just going to chump, which we're down with. Yeah, if you're just going to chump, you should probably block that one. Yeah. All right. And then we're going to play our Vessel. I feel like I like holding on to Kindly Stranger unless I had to like play more, if I needed more creatures desperately or something, until I can just flip her and she has a target. I just kind of look at her as a 6-drop. Chances are we'll hit a creature with our Vessel and she'll go in the graveyard. And a creature will go in the graveyard, I mean. This would have been a pretty fun card in Battle for Zendikar Limited. The life gain every turn, just like on the. Well, there's a creature with lifelink. That actually combos super well with Call the Bloodline. But I think we have him enough on his back foot that we don't have to worry a whole lot about that. Like, if he played that turn 1 and Call the Bloodline turn 2, I'd be really scared. But that's not what went down, luckily for us. I have had that beat me in this format. All right, so we're going to crack our vessel, mill ourselves some more. Okay, so creature is going to go into our graveyard, which means our Moldgraph Scavenger will be a 3/4. Do I like that more than a 3/2 who gets me a clue? I might, actually, right now. I think I do. We hit 2 of our Giss's biddings, though, which that part I'm not super thrilled about. Hey, we drew the other one. So, we can play stuff super cheaply right now, thanks to our Kralin Horde Howler. I mean, our creatures, anyway, we can play cheaply. So, do I just want to kill this Aristocrat before it can do its thing? I think I might want to. Before he can like make a bunch of vampires and put tokens on them. I mean, he can only make 1 right now. So it may be worth holding on to the Stranger for later. I mean, he could make 1. He does have to discard a card to do it. He could make 1 and then sacrifice the Aristocrat, make it a 2/2, and then it can just block my Accursed Witch. But then my Accursed Witch flips. It's not the end of the world. I have a 3/3 in play still, unless I play multiple spells. Which I might. But if I have a 3/4 and a couple 2/2s, that's just as good. The question is, do I swing first? Yeah, I guess I will. I mean, if he does put all his resources into a vampire token that does manage to take down my Witch or my Kralin Horde Howler, I can then just kindly Stranger it, and I think we come out ahead. It is interesting sometimes with Kralin Horde Howler. Normally, you don't want to show your opponent what you're doing until your second main phase. Oh, he's just taking that. Okay. Well, that is interesting. All right, so I think I do play 2 spells here. I think I play my Scavenger for 1. And then we go wide with Giss's Bidding. Okay, opponent scooped. He just was overwhelmed, I guess, by everything we were doing. All right, well, we won our first match pretty handily. Our opponent did not seem to have to be the most experienced in this format, though, so whether that means our deck is actually good, I'm not sure, but 3 Giss's Biddings is pretty nuts, so, and we have one of the most nuts uncommons in our deck, and we got it. They didn't get it in the first game, but yeah. So I'll see you guys in match 2. Hopefully we can keep on winning. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.